You're listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof on Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof on Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Yahoo! Welcome to Goof on, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. How the heck are you? All right. Yeah, me too. Didn't even look at the elections at all today. You know why? Sleep. I have no idea what happened. I don't want to know right now. I'm going to check after the show, but I don't know. I can only imagine how crazy it's been today. Although, I want to thank you for being here because, again, Florida is being attacked. This time her name is Nicole. And she's going to breeze on in here the next few days and wreak havoc on the home base. And we're going to be right at the front lines. 40-mile-an-hour winds, 3 to 6 inches of rain, down trees, people crying, wheelchairs flying through the air. It's going to be a great time. So I hope I've already started recording some of the bands that have been coming through here. Believe it or not, we're getting an effect already, and it's going to be here tomorrow, I think. But I'm excited about this little hurricane that could. It will, too. It's going to hang over Florida for 2 straight days. That's a lot of time. That's like an extra day. Usually hurricanes are in and out. This one's going to stay in, and then it's going to turn around. So it's going to go like this. Oh, we're going to hover, and then we're going to go backwards. And we're going to go up to the northwest, east. Damn it. I almost said it right. So, no UFO report. Do you know this is unlawful? I don't know if it's unconstitutional, but it goes against the law. They were supposed to have this out last Monday by law. Who's going to be held accountable? Not Lou. Yeah. I wish. I always hear Trump when he was in debate with Hillary, and she goes, "Thank goodness you won't be at the helm," or something like that. He goes, "'Cause you'd be in jail." Yeah, that'd be amazing if we could do something like that. Hey, that report should have been out. That's the law. Now, how can you say you trust your government? Come on, people. And we're going to talk about the obvious. The only reason I'm bringing it up because Corbell still believes this one here, right here. He believes that is an actual pyramidal craft. Pyramidal? Pyramid craft? Is it pyramidal though? I thought pyramidal. Like describing it. Pyramidal? Anyway, we got a lot of stuff, a lot of news going on, a lot of people talking smack, a lot of people need to get smacked. Let's roll call, everybody. Let's do it. Let's get going. And hold on. In a deep do. I already had it ready. Oh yeah, I got it ready before the show. You see, in the chat room just jumped on me, and I hate that. Hey, welcome to the show, Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters. Wayne, welcome to Rebecca Wiles. Got the 2 spot. It's either 1 or 2 for you. Welcome to the show, there, Wild One. Hectic Stargazer Cindy. What do you say? How do you be? Welcome to the show. Carl Ann! Yay. Good. Hope you're feeling better. Welcome to the show. Lisa M is for... We'll come up with something. Many. No. Money. No. Welcome to the show. We'll think of something. Good to see you. Teresa Pulio. Pulio. I bet you it's Pulio, right? Polio? Teresa, TP in the house. Welcome to the show. I can't say TP. Welcome, Teresa. John Young. I lived in Florida for 10 years. The hurricanes are no fun. Although, granted, I got used to the tropical storms. Good, yeah. I'm already used to it. I love it. It's something I've always... I can't believe I haven't lived in Florida. I lived in Arizona. The total opposite of where I really need to be is in Tornado Alley. So, I mean, but I don't want to die. Not yet. Welcome to the show, John. Ozzy Tiger. I am. And I forgot to buy a lighter, so I'm still on this. Welcome to the show. Drain Glow. Welcome to the show. That is the tempo. All right. Who's email? Somebody sent me an important message during the show. I see. Watch. Oh! Thank you very much. Rochelle Ann sent a $1 Cash App, and it says, for Trump 2024. Let's go, Brandon. All right. Let's go, Brandon. And then in 2028, it'll either be Carrie Lake, right? Or John Jr. No, I don't know. Probably DeSantos. Yeah, DeSantos will probably sneak in there. I don't know. Well, it's crazy what's going on. This whole, it's political, and I should have done a daytime show, but I didn't. FAP, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Nice to see you. Who to be ya? Hope everything's going well over there. I went over to Alien Girl 111 this morning. No show. Who does a show at 2 in the afternoon? 2 in the afternoon. I'm not up. Anyway, I missed it. But welcome to the show. I said that because FAP, I see you in there sometimes. A lot. I don't know what we're doing. David Wilcox, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Good to see ya. Dre and Go. Hellfire Studios, welcome to the show. David Pearson, welcome to the show. Diane welcome to the show. Glenn Collins, welcome to the show. Dead Pup, welcome to the show. Jackie Radford, show welcomes you. Oh, Helmet Kaz, K's, I don't know how to say it, but I think I got it right the first time. Who's at the front door? Moody Mongol, Andy Callie, Bob Birkins, the Shirtless Wonder, welcome to the show. Nathan Allen, Nathan Nitsky, Nathan's Hot Dogs, welcome to the show. Hex Zen, welcome back. How you doing? Gigi Abby Lynn. I want to marry Tulsi Gabbard. She's interesting, unique. Bob M, welcome to the show. Stan the Man, welcome to the show. Dakis Guna, Wagner, Sky Allen, welcome to the show. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. Lisa Bowden, welcome to the show. Lantonio, welcome to the show. I know Lisa's hanging out somewhere. Tim Freestone, welcome to the show. So, yeah, Alfie Joe Bob. Did I say it? If I didn't, I'll say it again. Did I? I did. I think I did. I said it. Yeah. All right. We're good. Fisk Monkey, welcome to the show. Chris K, welcome to the show. And we're getting started now. I did that 4 minutes faster than any show in the last week. The intros, you know, usually they go till 20 after the hour and all that stuff. My phone bill's ready. I thought, never mind. All right. All right. I got a weird show tonight. Yeah, I didn't know what to talk about. Really, I thought I did, and then I changed my mind. I didn't want to create drama, so I went this route. And it's no different than any other show. It's just, you know, some things are going to be a little bit like, why'd you show that? You know, maybe that's going to pop up tonight. Maybe you'll be thinking, well, I don't understand. All right, so I want to bring your memories back to... Oh, and I also have a very interesting video to play. And it's Peter Maxwell Slattery. I don't know if you know this guy, but Third Phase of Moon, I think, did an interview with him here. It says, over 100 encounters, Australian man has the videos to back it up. I want to take a look at this guy, because I think this is the Australian UFO wave guy, or got those videos out, right? They're on Amazon. Isn't it the Australian guy? Isn't this that guy? Is this him, the one they made the DVDs? The DVDs, where am I going? Holy crap, the videos on him. Anyway, we're going to look at the clearest UFO video, clearest UFO ever taken as well. And just some weird looking stuff in the sky. Just weird stuff. And I think that fleet is not a UFO fleet from last night. I really do think it is a fleet of ships. Hey, Scott Brown. Hey there, Birdie. Hi. Is Brookers here? Hey, Sapphire Elf, how are you? Good to see you. Is Brookers still here? Australian skies, that's it. Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to Felicia Flores? Yeah, that is a great question. I don't know. Oh, Brookers is here? All right, man, that's cool. Well, I wanted to say hi. Well, Brookers always comes. That's why. But with that being said, let's get started on the show. I did want to start off tonight. You know, it's not really fair. But it's Brooker's birthday, everybody. Let's sing happy birthday to Brookers. Come on, everybody. We do this once a week. Let's go. Brooker's birthday. Can you believe it?
Happy birthday to you.
That's you.
Happy birthday to you.
That's you again, Brookers. Come on, you're getting older.
Happy birthday
To Brookers. Happy Happy birthday to you. Come on, second verse, better than the first.
From good friends and true.
That's us.
From old friends and new.
Yeah, that's all of us. Come on, man.
May
You know?
good luck go with
Everywhere, even tomorrow at your party.
and happiness too.
All right, that's great, everybody. Give it up for Brookers. It's another birthday. Another year older means you should be smarter. You should be a little wiser, and you should be able to speak more clearly. Welcome to Getting Older. Brookers, happy birthday. Hey, guess what? Next year, we'll do it again. You know? What are you going to do? All right, don't get too old on us now. Don't get all crotchety. You keep doing things that keep you young. Do the things that make you feel young. That goes to each and every one of you. If you're sitting at home behind a desk or just staring at a computer all day and not getting outside and driving around and seeing the world, I feel bad for you. A little bit. Don't feel bad for me. I'm happy the way things are. Nah, you think you are. You're not. Guaranteed. I know what's best for you. I know what's best. Yep. It's done. Mm-hmm. So wet your palate. Let's wet that palate. Where is it? I got the palate wetting video right here. We start off the show with palate wetters. Don't forget, you can help support the show with the Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description, the homepage of Goof On in the About section. And also, you can become a member for Goof On and Patreon and all that stuff. Here we go. Let's get you a little wet. That didn't sound good. Video, please. Where is it? All right, here we go. I just like to live, I just like to look back in the past, even just a few months. So I just want to see what these people were saying on the news, CTV, about UFOs. It's an interesting little conversation here. I just, somehow, this was, and, you know, just watch.
That you wrote that Canada's not paying enough attention to these unidentified aerial phenomena, or UFOs, as most of us would call it. Can you explain a bit about that?
Yeah, we just don't think that we've got any kind of public news the same as anywhere close to being similar to what's already out there in the public in the United States. I know that I got to.
She's asking him a question. Why aren't we covering UFOs like they are in the United States? His answer was rather odd. Listen.
Explain a bit about that.
Yeah, we just don't think that we've got any kind of public news the same as anywhere close to being similar to what's.
We don't think we have any public news. Does that make any sense? We don't have any public news. Not the likes that they have over in the States, because everybody's freaking nuts down there. You know? Are you serious? What a shithole answer. That is a garbage answer. I don't know.
Yeah, we just don't think that we've got any kind of public news the same as anywhere close to being similar to what's already out there in the public in the United States. I know that I got excited about.
No UFO reports in Canada. Is that what you're telling me?
This when I saw it in the New York Times in 2017, the front page story, the talk about the Pentagon dealing with wanting to study it more with their military personnel. Then you get the Director of National Intelligence indicating that there's some reality to the subject. And then, of course, the co-sponsored report that was put forth in legislation in Congress by bipartisan units in Senator Gillibrand and Senator Rubio. That's quite a combination to be able to interest the American people. We don't have that in Canada right now, and I think that I've taken it upon myself to put some questions to the National Resources Committee.
We don't have the same. Basically, what he's saying is we're not interested in what anybody has to say when it comes to UFOs. The U.S. is crazy. They'll let anybody talk about their UFOs. but we won't. And that is, in essence, what he's saying. And that's just not true. What I think he's meaning is that our military is documenting these things and disseminating it to the public through Jeremy Corbell. Amen. Amen. Lou Elizondo came to us 5 years ago and then brings these videos forward with Stephen Christopher, whatever his melon head. And then they act like they were bringing UFOs and sneaking them out of the Pentagon surreptitiously, illegally, however you want to put it. As I remember Christopher Mellon saying, we didn't break major laws, is something I'm paraphrasing, but you didn't break any laws. Because those were publicly accessible videos that you made more public than anybody else could have with a YouTube channel. Called them UFOs, said they were a threat, and nobody can figure out what the gimbal was. And Scott Brown, did you hear me talking about this? That I think the gimbal may be a remote control blimp. A drone blimp. That's why it was able to tilt the way it did. See? That could be a blimp, for all we know. This is why we're fooled by FLIR and night vision. That's why these videos were released. First of all, they weren't UFOs. But the reason they were released is because they look like this. And this. And then we got the night vision, then we got that. Oh, don't I have these already up somewhere? I don't know. What am I doing jumping around out of my chair for? But yeah, if we could get something more like this, that'd be cool. Yeah. I don't know if these are real, but they're supposed to be real, these. Who sent this to me yesterday in an email? Can't remember. I'll figure it out in a sec. Yeah. These are supposed to, this is just a ridiculous, it's pieced together, of course, to show flight, but it just doesn't look real, right? Too good to be true. And when it is, it is. And it always has been, especially with UFOs. But the reason they show us these videos is because there's no detail to be seen. It's just an image of something that a FLIR camera is detecting the heat. It's at night. These night vision videos here. We know all about the bokeh, whatever you want to call it. I don't even care anymore how you say it. You know what it is. Everybody knows that these videos were bullshit. Everybody. Nah, not everybody. I take that back. Probably about 10 of us from the beginning said that these videos are not legitimate UFOs. That's why they gave us FLIR video. FLIR video shows no detail. You can say anything you want and make that anything you want. And that's what they did. You know what I liked? When Mick West was debunking the Jeremy Corbell one right here, and he said it was bokeh. Now Jeremy Corbell has been pushing back since the congressional hearing. They said that they had figured out that these were just either commercial planes or drones in the area, not UAP, UFO. Sapphire Elf says, no one explanation of UFOs needs to be mutually exclusive. It's very likely people are observing a wide range of unidentified things in the sky. Natural phenomenon, government secrets, maybe aliens. Couldn't have said it better myself, actually. Yeah, I know. 100% right. But here's my thing. Why do people have to get violently mad when you say, it's not a UFO, and I can tell, and da-da-da-da-da. And no reason to get so angry. People get angry. Thank you, Sapphire Elf. Good point. People get so angry if you don't believe the narrative, don't believe the story, don't believe the lies. And I was just in Twitter before the show, and I replied to somebody and I said, no one knows anything. Everybody has their own theories, but nobody knows the truth. Only those in the know. But we don't know. We're lied to. We have to be lied to. David Wilcox throwing up the first super chat of the night, a Canadian $5 super chat that says, what would the ideal shape for a UFO be? That is an interesting question. I'm going to ponder it, and then I'm going to reply. But because it's the first, super chat of the night, celebratory. Thank you, David Wilcox, for the Canadian $5 what would the ideal shape for a UFO be super chat. All over shapes. Thank you, David, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Mucho gusto, generoso. And also, while we're in this, I want to thank Nathan with the PayPal. $7 says, just generally a gush on the late report. Yeah, get rid of the sex bot. Get rid of the sex bots. Thank you, Nathan, with another PayPal support. That's a mucho gusto generoso, sir. Thank you very much. Sex bots in the chat room. I know you got it. Thank you. I know you got it. Let's continue.
Committee.
Well, what can you share with me about what the Canadian military...
What can you share with me? A boot? What was that? He's got a boot? I'm joking.
Can you share with me about what the Canadian military has seen? Or certainly I know of some of the Canadian sightings out there, but share a little of that with me.
Well, we know that there's been some sightings in some of near or around some of our nuclear facilities. There's been sightings across the whole country. There's been data that's been gathered in a couple of areas, but we haven't had very much public discourse on this at all.
We were just talking to Lou Elizondo, and I asked him about Canadians being briefed. We know that you've been briefed on some of this previous report.
I met Mr. Elizondo myself about a year and a quarter ago or so.
Poor bastard.
So had a briefing with him. That's after he left the U.S. military to become more public and getting the information more public. We know that we don't know whether the Prime Minister has been briefed in Canada. My colleague in Defense on our side of the House.
Blah, blah, blah. What else? Anything else?
I'm assuming that might mean Five Eyes. Hearing, they said that they are working with NASA, they're working with our allies. I'm assuming that might mean Five Eyes. What would you like them to share? They seem to be dealing it more from a national security issue, but Canada isn't.
Well, I think we need to be careful with that, but we need to move forward with hopefully a nonpartisan party here in Canada as well. If there's any issue that we can be nonpartisan on in Canada, it should be this one.
It's always political. It's not for the greater good. It's not for the greater good. Anytime you got government involved, it really is. The government's involved to protect us, right? It's all about protecting us. Just imagine being in their shoes, right? We have 300 something million people, million lives, million souls, 350 million of us, whatever it is, that they have to look over. The infrastructure, the land, everything, the economy, the world's economy goes through New York. California runs the entertainment industry. Chicago runs the violence. I don't know. And Florida handles the retirees. That goes all over old people. No. Yes, all over old people. They've got to watch out. Of course, they're going to lie to us. They can't say, yes, there were some unidentified flying objects that flew right over the Capitol. You know, we just can't do anything about it. All right? Are they a threat? Yeah. I mean, they could be. We don't know, but we're taking it as a threat. And that's what they did, according to Lou Eliganzo. That's what he did for 3 years until the June 25th thing came, and then he got his office. He stopped talking about the threat. As soon as they signed on the dotted line funding for AARO, or AOIMSG back then, they're going to change it again from AARO to something else. I don't know yet, but it's going to change. And soon as Lou said, there's a threat, there's a threat, there's a threat, a bunch of us were like, no, there isn't. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Right? When have UFOs ever been a threat? Since 1947. That's when they've been a threat. Since Roswell. Since that day, UFOs became a threat. If it was nothing, you know what I would have liked to have seen? If it was, like they said, crash, what'd they say? I don't know, weather balloons, all sorts of shit. If they would have taken, not the pictures that they showed holding up the particle board and aluminum foil. I'm not interested in that. I wanted to see them loading the shit into their trucks. You know, that video would be proof that it is what they're saying it is, instead of a crashed alien vehicle. But anyway, it is what it is. Roswell could be the biggest mistake ever made it might be the biggest mistake ever made in journalism. Because what could have happened at Roswell is this. The little guy who ran back and went to the radio station, not the radio station, went to his corporal manager. Who's the guy? The lieutenant? I don't know. He calls him up and he says, we've got a UFO. He tells him, doesn't know anything about it. Right? Isn't that how the story went? And then it went over the news. The government, the Army has captured a USAF captured flying disc in Roswell. Right? And what if it was just mistaken identity? The guy just said it because he was excited. Never seen anything like that before. So, it could have been it could have been ours. It could have been our own shit that we sent up and it blew back in. I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But it could have been mistaken identity. They just said it was a UFO because they'd never seen anything like it. And meanwhile, it was just secret technology they've never seen before. Fuck. Two crash sites, few bodies, and no proof. Somewhere, somebody has part of that craft in their basement, hidden in the walls, and I want it. It's out there. Guarantee it. All because of Roswell, we have all these things. Well, there would have been another crash some other place. It would have happened anyway. Maybe not. But Kenneth Arnold, just a month before, saw 8 or 9 of these flying wedge-shaped craft. Right? Just a month before. People were seeing UFOs everywhere. So it could have been a little bit of a UFO derangement syndrome back then. People were just so into UFOs for some reason. Maybe because they were real. There was no social media back then. There wasn't even TV, barely. Was there? No. Was there? What a time to be alive. What a time.
From a Navy destroyer, a mysterious flying triangle above the deck of the ship. The Pentagon confirming the images obtained by documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell were taken by Navy personnel, expected to...
I love that he mispronounced his name, Jeremy Corbell. Best thing I heard in a year.
Were taken by Navy personnel, expected to be a part of a report on unidentified aerial phenomenon to be presented to Congress this summer.
And guess what they did? They called it bullshittery. They called it bullshit. It's Bokeh, it's Bokeh, B-O-K-E-H. So you got that video, right? Now let's skip to the loo, my darlings, and just go through this a little bit. So, you know, here we go. There's Splash, Splash. Another, that's FLIR. That's dirty. That's grainy. That's Corbell. What's
Puerto
this
Rico,
one?
where an object was
there's
trapped
another. This
buzzing an
is a
airport,
good one,
then
though.
flying into the water, popping back.
See, I don't see it flying into the water. I mean, I see it looks like it's flying into the water. There's no wake. So maybe it just looks like it's flying into the water.
Back out before appearing to split into two and disappearing. Over the last several weeks, some of the nation's top former intelligence...
Look at this one. More FLIR. More no detail. This is why they use these types of cameras for public distribution, because we can't tell what we're looking at. And if it looks good enough, then so be it. Then you can trick everybody into thinking these are UFOs. It's the Jaime Maussan has been doing it for 20 years.
Intelligence officials have been raising eyebrows.
Yeah, look at that blimp. Nice. More garbage. When they showed us this video and the others, I said, this is not fair. We can't see any detail. This is just bullshit. They could say that could be anything. And they did.
Said he knew of a case where a plane...
There's the, this is the ones from Mexico that are supposedly, the people are calling these fire oil wells in the ocean. Same thing here up top. Oh, it's all this from the same video. This was the Mexican one, and I think in 2004.
Plane was paused in midair.
A friend of mine was able to have his aircraft stop at 40,000 feet or so and not continue operating as a normal aircraft. What was going on?
In December, ex-CIA Director John Brennan...
Wait a minute. Oh my God, I've got ectoplasm all over the place. They, did you hear what that guy just said? Did you hear what that guy just said? The plane stopped at 40,000 feet. It wasn't moving forward anymore, I think he was saying. It was just hovering there. We've seen videos like that of airplanes just hovering. You know why? Because someone or something is in the way. Yeah. Somebody's there. It's the two universes, the two realms in the same space. Well, what else is it? It can't be prevailing winds pushing back. That's not how it works. You've seen the video of the airplane pulling the banner above the street. You can hear it running, but it was just sitting there. And the guy was perfectly still with his camera looking up. And then all of a sudden, and then it took off. How come nobody ever found that pilot? That pilot should have been interviewed. And nobody did that. Damn it. But here we are. We're hearing the same kind of story happening from this guy. Well, not this guy, but, you know, this guy saying that the plane stopped.
And not continue operating as a normal aircraft. What was going on?
In December, ex-CIA Director John Brennan said it was arrogant to believe there are no other forms of life other than the ones on Earth. And former intelligence chief John Ratcliffe says officials have been tracking technology beyond our capabilities.
We're talking about objects picked up by satellite imagery that are difficult to explain.
And then they show us CGI right there. 100% CGI. And they're acting like this is real. They're acting like this is real, y'all. That shit ain't real, cuz. You understand?
Like another incident off the coast of California in 2004 when a fighter squadron encountered an object that seemed to defy gravity.
What do you think it is?
I honestly don't know. I don't think that we have developed that technology. I don't think we developed it on this planet.
Video from that encounter and 2 other incidents were officially released by the Pentagon last year,
but have now been debunked as trash, drones, and birds. Congratulations, everybody in the government. You've done it again. You've made ufology and yourselves look stupid. Congratulations. 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. I guess I could have just did 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but more dramatic the other way. So we have to deal with the government, which is the worst thing we have to deal with. Next, we have to deal with liars, cheaters, scammers, people who, lie. The public. See, these people ruin it for the public when they lie. People like Anjali, not really UFO-ish, but alien. She is absolutely batshit stupid. I don't know if she's crazy. I really don't know. I think Anjali has some serious, in my opinion, I think Anjali has some serious mental issues. Possible drug addictions, maybe not on purpose, but prescribed. And when you combine them all, even just a few or just one can cause maybe hallucinations. Or you ever read those warning labels that they could cause nightmares? You ever read that one? Could cause nightmares that seem real. Yeah. What was that? That was on a heroin bottle. No, it was. That was on a heroin bottle. And then we get the most unbelievable stories you could ever imagine from people, and you want to believe them. You really do. You're rooting for some of these people. I do. And then, then you find out they're not as smart as you thought, and then they hoaxed something, and now they're done. Now you can't even look at that stuff anymore, and now you got to look. It's always somebody coming in. There's always somebody new. And there's some people who just happen to slip through the folds of between, well, they got some good stuff and then they've got really bad stuff, but their effort is sound. They're not trying to fool anybody. This is what they captured. They don't know. And they're trying. That's the kind of researcher, videographer, or whatever you want to call UFO hunter. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm not sure if this guy, Peter Maxwell Slattery, is that guy, but apparently he is doing very well with his UFO hunting and was on Third Phase of Moon several years ago. This might have been right before I was friends with them, I think, because I don't remember talking about having this guy as an interview with Third Phase. Usually we Third Phase and I never talk about their upcoming episodes. They do that all on their own. But if they're going to have an interview with somebody down the road, then I may catch wind of that. They like to make things as secretive as possible, and I don't blame them. People always trying to undercut, You know what we used to do? Not me. You know what they used to do on Blog Talk Radio? If you put that you were having a guest on, they would contact the guest and try to get them on their show before yours. Or they would try to tell them, don't go on that show. They're just going to bash you. They're just going to make fun of you. And the people always came on. They never not came on the show. I've never had anybody fall out. But they tell me, they're like, do you know a Robert Thorson? Yeah. He told me not to go on your show. You're going to make fun of me. And I just don't understand why he would say that. Anyway, so let's look at Peter Maxwell Slattery. It's a few years ago, but this guy has a couple of documentaries about him, his sightings, and his story. So let's see if he's a legit person.
And I was with a friend, and lucky
Oh, wow,
enough...
that started a little bit weird. All right, sorry about that.
Welcome back to Third Phase Moon. Blake Cousins here, and we have a special guest for you. Do you want to see some UFO videos, some incredible sightings? Well, there's a man out there from Australia who captures his own videos of UFOs. We got Peter Maxwell with us. Thanks for joining us.
G'day, Blake. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Peter, well, let's get to it. I want to ask you straight up. There is a lot of sightings going on around the world. What about Australia? What's the most recent UFO sighting for you?
I'm having sightings all the time, but one of the most recent ones was earlier this year where I filmed a flying saucer. Whoa, that's crazy. Basically, I started to see it come over. And I was with a friend, and lucky enough, I was able to get the camera out, capture it as it went away into the distance. Now that, along with a lot of the evidence that I've been able to obtain over the years, has been analysed by Jason Gleaves, who's ex-UK Air Force and Aerospace. He analysed that footage.
He analyzed this footage. And what did he say, I imagine? That it is a real object? We're never going to be able to tell from this what it is at all. I mean, I personally think it's a balloon because it reflects the sun and looks just like a balloon. So let's see what the expert says.
Footage, and also a lot of the other bits of footage I have, along with Jaime Maussan's group, Terza Millennia, Japanese television and Australian television. So a lot of this has been analysed, but the sightings are continuous.
No. Nobody analyzed it. I bet you they looked at it just like I did right there and said, oh yeah, that could be a UFO, or oh yeah, that's a balloon. There's no in between. There's only one right answer. And that thing was dropping out of the sky like a balloon. It even wobbled a little bit as it was going down. I've seen balloons do that. I've seen balloons pop on video, and it is the weirdest thing. Somebody said that that I recorded two UFOs that were side by side and one of them popped, but there was a haze around it that didn't go away. Like when it popped or disappeared, there was a mist. And I said, well, it wasn't that high either. Maybe 300 feet, 500. And it could have been higher. I don't know. I have to look at the video again, but it teleported. I'm like, no, it didn't. It popped. And when it popped, you could see the other balloon get disturbed a little bit. But people wanted to believe that those were objects that teleported, and I have to get that video. I know I have so many weird ones out there that rival everything this guy's got. Where is he? This guy. Everything he's got, I've got. Pretty much. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. I remember saying that. I remember saying, I've recorded those balloons before. Oh, I've recorded a bird before. Oh, I've recorded a drone. No drones back then. Seeing if you're paying attention.
Well, if you're ever troubled by strange lights in the sky or unexplained moving objects, the truth could be out there.
Hey, is that Tom DeLonge? Look at that. Is that Tom DeLonge? Right here. No, it's not. It's Slattery.
A border man has founded a group aimed at probing the paranormal, and he's here to help.
Well, many of us think UFOs are the stuff of fantasy, but an Australian man claims they are closer to reality than we think. Peter Maxwell Slattery says he's spotted them many times near his Albury home in New South Wales, and now he claims to have the proof. Peter joins us now. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming in.
Peter Maxwell is literally Peter Maxwell safety.
Watch it. And with these said,
I love Iridium flare satellites. Watch it, watch it. Yep, I got the same one on video. Same satellite, guarantee it.
Watch it, watch it, watch it. And with ESETI stands for Enlightened Contact with Extraterrestrial Intelligence. It was founded by James Gilliland, who lives in Trout Lake, Washington State, and we teamed up a few years ago. I've been doing this sort of thing for about 10 years, but we decided to bring me in after I was asked to do it under the umbrella of ESETI. And so here in Australia, we hold public sky watches and workshops. Most of these start in the day, in the afternoon, and go into the night, because most of the footage I'm obtaining is during the daytime. So what we do is we get...
Yeah. You know, I haven't seen a UFO yet. All I've seen are these iridium flare satellites that I'm very positive that's what these are. And I'll tell you why. They're always going in a straight line. I would suspect that a UFO may or may not change its speeds. I mean, if this thing's flying through the sky, you know, just going like that, it'd be different. But these are very common, and you have to go with the most obvious thing when you're UFO hunting. Occam's razor. You got to use it. The most logical answer is the right one. Something like that. But, you know, I like the guy's effort. It reminds me of me. And then, like I said earlier, he does have some interesting stuff. I'm not dismissing everything. I just said I haven't seen a UFO yet. But we're coming up on, I think he has a fleet sighting, which I love. But we'll see. We'll see what his fleet looks like.
Readings or sounds, but mainly I'm using a 4K Panasonic camera for the daytime footage, and at night time I've started using a Psionics Aurora Night Vision.
All right. So the Psionics camera is another poison in ufology right now. It's as bad as drones, and we've seen the Psionics camera being used now more than ever because they make objects look like UFOs that aren't UFOs. They also give that interesting colorific background of, you know, all these different colors in a night sky that we don't normally see. But it's just the computer imaging processor of that camera that makes that happen. And it's a strange anomaly and I don't like it. But with these type of videos, all we're doing is getting what we have here. We're getting objects that we can't see any detail with. So if you are going to use the Psionics camera, I recommend switching between the Psionics or get somebody else to run the Psionics while somebody else runs a normal camera. Always, always, always use a regular camera, not an iPhone, not a smartphone at night. Please. Only if you have to, you use a phone camera. But so far, not impressed. And I remember now why this guy wasn't on my top 10 to watch out for. You never see me posting any of his stuff. I just don't see anything here.
Still, sometimes I have anomalous events, high strangeness, or I see things that I can't explain if I don't have a dialogue. Because sometimes,
I mean, look at this. It's blurry. You can't even focus. I'm getting angry just watching it. Focus, dude. You should know how to use that camera.
Sometimes even when I'm filming the craft, I'm actually on the craft and I can see myself.
Now that's interesting, this one here. See? This one's interesting. It's going very slow. For it to be a satellite, it's too slow.
Looking down on myself as I'm filming it, if that makes sense. It's almost like
unless
this mind,
it's the space station.
or this consciousness connection. So I do have interactions with these beings.
Let me ask, anybody here, does anybody here know if satellites move that slow like we're seeing here? I know you guys are talking about something else, but if anybody's watching.
I know exactly who some of them are.
Do satellites go this slow?
A majority of what I'm
Do they go this slow?
As I'm filming it, if that makes sense. It's almost like this mind meld, this consciousness.
I also don't know if that's in slow motion just to show us, so for another day maybe.
Some of them are morphing shape, shifting crafts, cigars,
that's
triangles,
interesting.
you named it, I've captured.
But what's the problem? It's out of focus. This guy doesn't know how to. I think he needs glasses, is what he needs.
And filmed it with witnesses around the world. So with that said, some of these are beings that live and reside beside us. Some of them are from the inner earth, and some of them are from other...
Wait a second. Hold on. What was this?
Live and reside beside us.
Wait. So something landed here? That's what we're supposed to believe? Something landed here. Huh. It just looks like dry grass. Like, you know how that happens? Sometimes that happens. Yeah, I don't know. It looks, if you look around the edges, it's kind of fun. It looks like somebody just kicked off those leaves, just pushed them off to the side even. Why are there so many right around the rim? Because they catch on to the lip of the crater. No. There's hardly anything in the middle. Give me a break.
Some of them are from the inner earth, and some of them are
and you see how many were around his feet right there? Look at them all. How come they're not in that circle?
The inner earth, and some of them are from other places.
Wait a minute, that was the circle. Oh, I see what he did. He did move
Some
them.
of them are from the inner earth.
See, he's in the circle right now. Oh, no, he's not. Here's some green patches. See, it looks like he's in the circle. I thought he was. This must be another dirty brown patch of grass.
And some of them are from other places in this dimension, in this solar system and beyond. And
no, boy, Johnny. This dimension. Now we're talking about dimensions. All right. Yeah, that's a shame. You know, that's a shame.
Some of them are from what I call the Star Nation.
Wow. Now it's all coming back to me.
It seems to be a conglomerate of Orions, Sirians, Pleiadians, Lyrans.
Orions, Obsidians, Pleiadians, Tracadortians, Ukuleles, Banjerinos, Goofonians. You could just say anything and get away with it.
Arcturians, Andromedans, Crux beings, beings from Pegasus.
Crux beings? You mean there's crocodile people out there? Crux beings.
Crux beings, beings.
What the frigonometry is a Crux being? I'm learning a lot today. I'm learning from Slattery. What did he say? Coxplane? A coxplane? Wait, what was it? What was it? Coxplaining?
Turians, Andromedans, Crux beings, beings.
Crocsplanians. He's the crocodile hunter. Oh, that's what it is. He's crocodile hunting. Oh, I see. This guy's great. Third Phase, don't get mad at me. It's not your fault you interviewed this guy. I would have too. We all do. But who am I to judge? Because I'm a guy who's made the same mistakes this guy's making, but he's saying that they're UFOs. Big difference between liars and people who need the attention. I could easily say I captured over 11 to 1,500 UFOs on video, and you know what you would do? Roll your eyes and spit at me. Bullshit. Slattery sees them every day. Every day there's UFOs where he lives. I gotta move to Australia, mate. Aussie Tiger set me up a room. I'm coming down. Give me that B&B. Is it a B&B? Yeah.
Watch it.
Let me guess, it's gonna dim out. That's gonna dim out any second. Yep, there it goes. I told you. And it'll never dim back up. It'll just stay down. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, that could be a bird. Oh boy. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Oh yeah.
So if you've been following what's been going on in the US.
All right. You can watch the rest of that on Third Phase of Moon, and I'll drop the link into the show description after we're done here, as I do with every video played from YouTube. Sorry, I hope you're not mad at me for playing that. But we do have a major problem in ufology. Obviously. It's not that it's just that all the evidence, mine, theirs, yours, the government's, it's so explainable. Even though I have some things that are unbelievable, really. Nobody can explain them. You've seen the few videos that I have. UFOs moving out of the way. And then it goes like, oh, and it goes right around it. It's amazing. 2 of them. Anyway, what do I know? Now, you know, I think now, I don't think there are aliens here. I think what's here has already been here. Yeah. I don't think they're in another dimension. I don't think they're right next to us here just sharing space on another level of frequencies or whatever. Although I don't have proof we're not. Like I say, time and time again, I have to go with what is concrete and what I think feels real. And yes, strange things happen to me too. And 99.9% of the time I find out, oh my God, it was just something in my eye, or I didn't know that was an airplane in the distance, or I got tricked, a car drove by and it had a reflection go off the TV and it looked like I saw a ghost go by. That's a real thing. I thought I saw a being run right by me. And for the life of me, because I was playing a video game and I saw it. I don't wear a hat, you know, when I'm at home by myself. So at the top, I see something go by me. And it freaked me out. And thank God it happened again. Another car went by, just happened to hit it just right. And I was like, oh, wow, man. I was just getting ready to call somebody and tell them, you won't believe what I just saw. And I didn't see it really. It was out of my peripheral vision. But I thought I really saw something that was ghostly. So it makes me think that, again, I'm being fooled and I'm not seeing these things. Although I do have a story I want to share with you. And I keep forgetting to share it. Now, I shared it with one person. But I'm going to tell you what happened. And I don't know if I mentioned this. I put it up on Facebook. And I don't think I talked about this yesterday. I think I was about to and I didn't. So daylight savings comes. Did I talk about it? You see that comment right there before I get started? Do you see that right there? Rich, you think you're an expert. Everything is a balloon. Obviously, they don't watch my show. They don't know the history or anything that we do or teach here. That is 100% not true. Again, just trying to create drama. I am a balloon expert. But I never say everything is a balloon. You're so cute. Just adorable. Nice try. So I'm waiting for daylight savings to go back because it was going to be 2 o'clock is when it happened, 2 a.m. And I'm sitting there watching TV and I see 1:59 a.m. and then it switched and it went back to 1 a.m. I was like, whoa, man, that was so cool. I just gained an hour back. I just time traveled. That goosh. All over time travel. So I was trying to get back on my nighttime sleeping schedule. So I wasn't sleeping all day on purpose to get overly tired that I would fall asleep early in the evening instead of 8 a.m. So I'm up and I'm on the computer, I'm on the phone with people. I see every hour going by. And I see that it is almost 1:11 p.m., 12 hours later. And I said, oh man, I can't believe I did it again. I'm thinking, I looked right at the clock at 1:11 p.m., 111. I always see 111, 11:11, you know, that. And then I noticed it was 1:24 p.m. the next time I looked at the clock. And then the next time I looked at the clock, it was 12:34. Yeah, 12:34. And I said, wait a minute. How could that be? I've been awake for every hour since the clock went back an hour. And now it went back again. So I looked at the other clocks that are all digital and connected to a satellite or whatever. My phone went back another hour. Everything matched. And I said, for a long time, I just was pissed and a little bit, I didn't say I was having a panic attack, but I was freaking out. Because I know what I saw. I am a real nut. Don't ask me how, but I could go all day and not know what time it is, or I can go all day not look at a clock or a watch and know what time it is, pretty much within 5 to 10 minutes. I know you're gonna say, "Oh, I can do that too." Well, I'm really good at that, so I know how long it is for a minute. I always count stuff. I'm always like detail oriented on how far things away, how long it would take for me to get there, and this and that and all this other stuff. Always been a stickler about time. So I know for a fact that the clock was turned back twice that day in 12 hours. It was. And it freaked me out because it happened at 12:30. It happened at 1:30 in the afternoon. Like, why would that happen at 1:30? And there's no way I would see it, the clocks, 2 clocks that said 1:11. It wasn't 12:11 because I would have never said, 1:11 with the 2 in there. I'm not an idiot. I'm not blind. Now, the weirdest thing about this too, another weird thing, I posted that story on Facebook and I can't find it. I don't know. I tried looking for people, seeing if it happened to them, the reason I posted the story. And I can't find it on my Facebook anywhere. It's deleted, I think. I don't know. Ms. DJ, you too. See, this is where I'm going to have problems. This is where I'm going to have problems. What are you saying, Moondust? Rich, you should get that kid as a guest. What kid? What kid, Moondust? I'm looking for you. Oh, the balloon boy? Yeah. He hid inside of it because his dad was going to beat him up. Look, I'm telling you, it happened. But yet, here we are. The show started on time. Everything's... I don't know. Never had that happen before. But I know what I saw. I saw it. I saw the clock change physically the first time. I watched it change back. But I didn't see it go back when it was 1:11 in the afternoon. All I know is that it said 12:34, 1, 2, 3, 4 was when I looked at the clock next. You know, I just happened to be there. The clock's on the TV. The clock's on my Google Nest. So I see the clock when I'm in that room. I turn around. I got a clock on the wall. I look in the kitchen. I got the stove, the microwave. I got a little goof-on clock my cousin made for me. Yeah. I'm like Doc, in Back to the Future. I got a bunch of clocks all around me. I love clocks. You saw the digital clock I used to have in the background. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So I always know what time it is. I know I saw the clock. I was awake for those 12 hours until that point, I don't know what to think of it. They could change the clocks back, but they don't do it in the afternoon. Right? What if you were at work and you think you're going to go home in 3 hours and now it's another 4 hours? Like, what? Wait, it was just 3 hours. The last job I had, I have the craziest story that has probably ever happened to me. And I'm not ready to tell it yet. But I may do some. Oh, last night I may do something for the members. Last night I made a video for the members. I actually did. I have it right here. I could prove it. And I made 2 of them actually. And last night I tried uploading it at, well, this morning, 7 a.m. And it said processing, and it never went through. It never got through. So I hit cancel, redid the whole entire thing again to upload it, as for the members, just an upload. So you guys have a video to watch. And it just said processing and processing and processing. But I do have the video. I could prove it. I'd like to, but it won't let me. All right, where are we here? StreamYard. Oh, because I did it on StreamYard. But I think I downloaded it. Yeah, it should be right here. Should be, let's see. It doesn't matter. I'll get it up there tonight. Downloads. Huh. And yeah, here it is. The Rich Giordano Chronicles is what I called it. But it's not in my, that's the whole thing. It should be right here. The Rich Giordano Chronicles, and it's not. It's here. I have it downloaded. Opening, watch. I'll show it. I can prove it. I don't care. Watch. Here we go. You won't be able to hear it. See, there it is. That's last night. This was, I did this like at, in the morning hours. The wee morning. And I have some other stuff I added with it. But that's episode 1 of the Rich Giordano Chronicles. That is going to, well, start tonight. I'm going to try uploading it again. And, well, that was just the rough cut. I mean, I have an edited version with videos and stuff. But, yeah, I'm starting to chronicleize the daily functions of GoofOn as best as I can. Like some of the videos, like that one's about 35, 45 minutes, but mostly they're going to be 10 to 20, maybe 5 minutes. They're not going to be the same. I may be driving and doing it. It's just, I'm going to be putting down my thoughts and that's it. Just every day, instead of, it's not going to be like this. It's not going to be a show, although it may sound like one. It's just going to be a more personalized type of thing. I've got a few more videos on the phone, which should have transferred to the file my pictures from Google Photos, and I don't think it did upload my videos yet. A couple of them. Yeah, see, it's not uploading my interviews that I do with myself for you. Shit. That sucks. Yeah, it does. Hey, don't forget, GoofOn goes every day, so help support us. We are supported by you, the viewer. 2 hours of entertainment every day on UFO news and changing the narrative to the truth. Right here on GoofOn. what I'm trying to do. Let's see, Google Photos. Yeah, there we go. So some things that have, that's just the fog the other day in the morning. It's pretty foggy. Oh, that's just me. I don't know what I'm doing. Photos of the clouds. Yeah, some weird clouds yesterday. Just enjoyed just taking them with the phone, just seeing if I could find any UFOs in there. But interesting clouds. That's a panoramic, see? Anywho. All right. Hey, still doing stuff out there, Got some things still working on. All right. Now, I just want to play this video because there's some crazy UFOs in it. And I don't know why I chose it. I can't remember, but I did. And let's see what's going on in this video.
From a train cam.
Oh, yeah, this.
Take a look at this.
Remember this?
Well, we got a lot of it's in physics as it
remember this
battlefield and new technology, weaponry that we're looking at right now. We see two soldiers, or whatever they are, whatever they're doing. They're the bad guys, it seems like, and they're in hot trouble right now. We see new technologies. This weapon, whatever it is, there's trace fire, and it is defying physics as it seems to twirl around and come from the direction it just came from. What kind of technology is behind this weaponry? Right now, we can see they're ducking, they're dodging, they're running, and this thing seems to be tracking its every maneuver and returns back almost like a boomerang.
I always thought this was fake. I always thought that this was somebody just hitting this guy with the laser pointer. And the reason he did what he did was just natural in his process. Maybe he had a chest pain while he was walking. Maybe he's injured and he just happened to bend over. I'm not sure. But apparently this is some sort of real technology that was used and was caught on camera. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like it punched a guy. I know, it's wild. I heard about these technologies. You would run away from it, not towards it. But what if the guy wasn't really... What if there was nothing there is what I'm saying. And this was just him walking and just...
They're
you know what I mean?
Hot trouble right now. We see new technology.
See, that's it. Now, if it hit him in the chest, or like it looks like in the side of his head or ear, neck, wouldn't you think you'd be running towards it? They didn't see it. I would have hit the deck. I would have gotten on the ground is what I would have done. That's what I think I would have done anyway. I'm not there, so it's impossible to know. But it's a strange video, isn't it? Strange.
Technologies. This weapon, whatever it is, there's trace fire, and it is defying physics as it seems to twirl around and come from the direction it just came from.
See, I think he got shot, and the other guy did too. Watch.
Seems to twirl around.
You see, because you don't see that happen. The ball doesn't hit this guy, but he bends over like he's got hit or something. I think they just got shot.
We see new technologies.
Watch.
This weapon,
That's
whatever
probably
it is,
what happened.
There's trace fire, and it is defying physics as it seems to twirl around and come from the direction it just came from.
The thing is, it is interesting, though. It is. I have to admit. It seems real.
What kind of technology is behind this weaponry? Right now, we can see they're ducking, they're dodging, they're running. And this thing...
Brett S. with the $10 super chat says, will Goof on Lives be doing some fun election coverage tomorrow? It would be hilarious with your comedy. What's tomorrow, Wednesday? Yeah, I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a Goof on Lives. Probably, I may do it in the morning, believe it or not, before I go to sleep. If I don't do it at 8 in the morning after Amy, then I'll probably do it at noon, 2, or 3, or 4. But we have a show to do here tomorrow. But yeah, it would just be like an hour show. But yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow. Just keep an eye out. I was thinking about that, Brett. Thank you very much. Yeah. Keep your eyes open for that. And mucho gusto generoso. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate your continuing support. Brett S. Thank you. Thank you, mucho. What? I did? All right, let's continue with the video here. And there's something that comes. The reason I got this video was for the next video after this, to be honest. Even though this one was weird, I like the next one. I think the next one,
From a
I don't want to say
train
yet.
cam. Take a look at this.
Do you guys remember this? Look at that thing taking off. That's bizarre.
So we're looking at this again.
And it looks like
did you
it's
see
taken off.
Whatever this golden sphere just did, it moves and again twists and turns, vanishes from sight, and then reappears and then takes off at extraordinary rates of speed. And it just so happens to be captured by this train as it's passing by. These are the anomalies that we see once in a great while just because of these cams that are out there shooting 24/7. And
So not the train, but the camera train, the train track camera captured this. And I always said it looks just like a balloon, but then it disappears and then it looks like it takes off, getting smaller and smaller as it goes further away. It looks freaking real to me. I don't think this is CGI. And it could be, but it's weird. It was a weird one. It does look like CGI. But let's not forget, I know what people are saying immediately, and you're wrong. I don't think it's CGI. It looks just like it, though, so I don't know. It probably is. But let's not forget, not everything is a balloon. Not everything is CGI. For years and years and years, people talk about UFOs disappearing right in front of their eyes, taking off at a great speed, shrinking in size as it goes away. Everybody talked about this. And, you know, this might be proof. We're going to capture this stuff on these cameras. I wish we would catch more of it. That's the thing. We just can't. And you can't trust what you see on these cameras because usually they're in a lower grade, or if there is a sighting, they got 10 frames a second. We need 30 frames a second, high def, end of story. And there's a lot of those cameras out there now. I think in the next 5 years, we're going to see some really... Nah, we're not. I'm just pulling my own leg thinking that. I really am. We're not going to see. It's all going to be the same thing every year from here on till eternity. Nothing is going to change. It will never be different. This is ufology, and I can't believe what I'm seeing here. This is weird. Oh my God, this reminds me of something I captured. Watch this. Look at that. Looks like a comet.
so you got the sheriff department in hot pursuit, presses the brakes as he notices something. Well, it appears to be that way. What is the object that we're looking at? We received this earlier. It's coming in close to Camp Pendleton, and the eyewitnesses stated that they witnessed this thing from a distance. It was sparkling pretty bright in the sky in a greenish hue of light. As it got closer, it seemed as they looked to their left that sheriff department stepped on it and then pressed the brakes as it got closer to whatever this thing is. We're looking at this.
Well, I don't know what this is, but it is interesting because we just don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. What else did they get over here? This one? This is a good one, right?
That you would see in a movie.
Oh, this is
We're
weird.
adding some brightness contrast, and we're not seeing any kind of FAA lights. We're looking and hoping that we're going to get more videos. Apparently, this was captured just earlier today, and we're reporting
it looks like a
it to you
blimp.
within hours right here at Third Phase of Moon. Brent, what's your thoughts on this? Yeah, very cool. You can see that it's definitely a structure, and it seems to be just standing steady where it's at. I can see the trees. It's blowing, and it's kind of whipping. There's a lot of breeze, and for this thing to be so stationary is pretty unique. I like the way we see it, and it does this kind of maybe a rotation or just a morph, and then it kind of bleeds into this interesting white colored like disc, where in fact earlier it looked like it was a black shadowed disc. It's an interesting aspect to this sighting. Yeah, at one point it's illuminated, and then at one point it has this dark color, but we're not seeing any indication of a gondola underneath or any kind of fin up on top that you would see in a blimp. This seems definitely disc shape or cigar shape and very rigid in its performance. And
You know, that's weird. Why is it black here? Is it because it's spun all the way around? Watch. You can see, now look, there's no reflection. I'm wondering how this thing looks. Look, you see it's all black, right? It was all black at the beginning.
Third Phase of Moon. Brent, what's your thoughts on this? Yeah, very
And it
cool.
looks
You
like
can
it's
see
going
that
from right
it's
to left.
definitely a
It's
structure,
moving, but
and
then it seems to
be
stop right here.
just standing steady where it's at.
Because
I
it's
can
not
see
getting
the
any
trees, it's
closer to
blowing,
here.
and it's kind of whipping. There's
It
a lot
stops
of
right
breeze, and
there
for
almost.
this thing to be so stationary is pretty
See
unique.
how it's not that far.
I
Now it's going
like the way
to
we
turn or
see it, and
rotate.
it does this.
Oh, wait,
kind
this
of
is a different part of the video. Wait a second. This isn't the same. Did they move? I'm confused. Why is it two different shots?
Be a rotation or just a morph, and then it kind of bleeds into this interesting white colored like disc, where in fact earlier it looked like it was a black shadowed.
So you
disc.
see it was
It's
just
an
all
interesting
black. Now it's
aspect to
going
this
to
sighting.
elongate.
Yeah,
Maybe we're
at one
seeing the
point
back
it's
side of it. That's why.
illuminated, and then at one
Maybe
point
it's turning around and
has
we're just
this
seeing
dark
the reflective
color,
side.
but
I'm not
we're
sure.
not seeing any indication of a gondola underneath
It's
or any
weird.
kind of fin up on top that you would see in a blimp. This seems definitely.
And then they show this
disc
again.
shape or cigar shape, and
I
very
don't know.
rigid. And
I don't know. Probably a blimp. Florida election results. Follow the live results from around the country. Wonder what happened. Let's see. Republicans won. Everything. Wow. That's amazing. Wow. Everything. Unbelievable. All right, Stephen Greenstreet, let's get into the tweet world. Check this out. Check this out. Let's have some fun with this. The video is called Debunking the Absurd. Pentagon UFO footage. It's a bokeh. So, Stephen Greenstreet tweeted, NVG with triangle aperture creates triangle bokeh, which mimics the green pyramid UFOs in the 2019 Navy UAP video. Thoughts? At Travis Taylor 1. Question mark? So here's the video proving Bokeh by Greenstreeticus. This is from Jesse, I believe. What is that? Uh-oh. It's a look at all the triangles. Oh my god, it's an invasion. Oh
Okay,
my.
guys, I am here on Friday night at Area
What?
51.
Wait, what?
And I've got 3 amazing things to show you.
Oh, this is a joke. It's Bokeh. I thought this was Stephen Greenstreet. Oh, here he is.
so it's gonna get lost.
They're showing that the Corbell video is bullshit.
One in the scope and one in the camera.
This is amazing. See it?
This is my night owl Ufomatic.
Oh my gosh. I would never have imagined that Corbell would have lied. He just doesn't understand it, does he?
And so that way it holds it relatively steady.
He just doesn't understand how videos
Like
work.
that.
Or,
like 3 feet away.
See, Corbell knows cameras. He's not dumb when it comes to cameras. He can't be. If he's a filmmaker, can he be? I guess he can be. All he does is buy the camera. He knows nothing about it. Somebody tells him what setting to use for indoor and outdoor and cloudy weather, and then he's good to go. That's all he probably knows. No, Jeremy Corbell knows a lot about cameras, and he knows for sure this is bullshittery. This is what happened. It's amazing.
Away from me, and I'm focused on it. I've got the star in the background, and you can see it's not focused, and I've got my aperture set so that I get a nice bokeh. A nice
no!
one too, huh?
So he was joking that it was Area 51 because, like, Corbell says these are Navy videos. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. These were videos that were giving to Jeremy Corbell. Do you know he's probably being joked by everybody? Like they're just messing with him. Let's give him this video. We know it's Bokeh. And everybody's like, you know, a whole group of people, like 50 people. We're all going to say we saw a UFO triangle. It's a pyramid, Don. We're going to say it's a pyramid, not a triangle, a pyramid. Okay, here he is. And Jeremy Corbell, all right, he's got that video he's going to show us. Wow. Can you tell us what this is, Jeremy? Well, this is what that guy right there captured on his camera, and that is a pyramid UFO. Everybody's seen this here, right? Raise your hands if you saw this. Everybody saw this video? I'm going to have a great story. Thank you so much. So this is the video that Ryan captured with his little camera, and we're going to bring it to the world. So we're going to get everybody's name, serial number, rank, and we're going to take a report, and you're going to be in my next documentary. Where are you going? Where are you guys going? It's Bokeh, you idiot. Bokeh? You know, triangles. What is Bokeh? You don't know what Bokeh is, Jeremy. Then we see him talking about it, and he's like, I don't have the names of anybody. All I know is this is the video that was given to me from the CIC, and it was captured. There was a fleet of these pyramid-shaped UFOs just all over the Russell. It was insane, and there were about 50 witnesses, but they don't want to go on camera right now because it's Bokeh, you idiot. Anyway, I mean, that's how stupid this is. Corbell just thinks he's pulling one over on everybody. And it's a riot, Alice. It's a riot. I don't like that guy very much. Not for ufology. It's bullshit. So the one of the smartest men in ufology is not that smart. No, I can't say that. I'll read you the quote and then I'll tell you who it's by. You want to take a guess? All right, I'll read this quote from somebody who's been in ufology 20 years plus. Let's hear what they say. What's just happened? Let me start over. What's happened just in the last 3 years in terms of the governmental, political, legislative, and even the degree and quality of media coverage is greater than everything that happened in the previous 70 years. We are moving forward at warp pace by historical standards. Who said that? Yeah, I heard about the Bokeh burgers. We've got to get Bokeh burgers. Boca Raton burgers. But they spell Bokeh, B-O-K-E-H. Yeah. Anybody want to take a... No, Greer didn't know. Mellon, no. You're never going to guess. You're never going to guess. No. No, it's not Lou either. No. You'll never get... I said he's been in this field for 20 years. At least. No, not Dolan, not Lou. Lou's only been in it 5. All right, you're not going to get it. It was Stephen Bassett. Hey, Gary Henninger's here. Let's get started. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and we are alive here November 8th, 2022. How the hell are you? Great. You know, you're making it through the week. My 9-to-5ers. Gary's here. We've been waiting the whole time for Gary. But tonight we're going to talk about why FLIR and night vision is awful for UFO hunting. Now, with that being said, before I do roll call, it is horrible to have those cameras, but we need them. Just like we needed Gary an hour and 36 minutes ago. Where were you, Gary? Where were you? They are needed in the field. Like I said, the psionics cameras are good if you have a regular camera along. I hate it when people have these psionics cameras and they don't have any other camera to show us what the actual background looked like. Take it off that. Now, why is the object... We've seen this with Fat Tony. Remember when he used to send his fakes over to Third Phase and me? The objects were purple. Why is it purple? Well, it's just the psionics camera on it. It's the way the psionics camera takes in light and it makes it look that color. I don't know. That's why I don't like psionics camera. I want to see the real color. I don't want to see a purple balloon or a purple object that's really black. Shh. Unbelievable. Stephen Bassett. What is Bassett doing? All right, so Jeremy Corbell said this yesterday. He says, at this moment in time, I'm fairly confident it's not Bokeh and it is a triangle. Scott Bray said after more recent sightings under similar conditions, and analysts figured out that the pyramidal triangular shapes were most likely flying drones at night. The triangular shapes were the results of imaging through the camera, which is hooked up to night vision glasses, goggles, whatever, and it's called Bokeh. End of story. And that was from the UFO chick. All right, I'm going to play this video for you because it is important that you see this. This might be the most important video you'll ever watch regarding NASA. Do you remember when they came home from the first Apollo mission? And the interview they had? I got that interview. It's amazing to see. I just want to play a minute of it. What the heck is going on? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? I can't believe you're here. That's amazing. It's Ben Yorkshire Goofonian. Ben! Como se llamo? I don't know what that means. What is your name? Welcome to the show and becoming a member of Truthology for Ufology, because it actually says that's what you did. It's weird. It doesn't show it on my screen. See, it says something different. So weird how it says that. Yeah, I'm still waiting for it to pop up in the YouTube channel. It didn't even pop up yet. How come it hasn't popped up yet? Thank you, Ben. It's been a minute since we've seen you. I hope everything's okay in your life. This is weird. It's not showing your thing yet on the channel, but yet it popped. There it is. It says, "Welcome to Truthology for Ufology" in the chat room. But when I look at it, as you can see, it says becoming a YouTube member. Isn't that weird? Thank you, Ben Yorkshire, UK. Well, Ben, the Yorkshire Goofonian. Thank you. It's good to see you, man. Appreciate that. No, he's not newish. He's been here. He used to be here every night and then was gone. Didn't go to the dark side, I don't think. Hold on. All right, here's the first press meeting with the Apollo astronauts. Watch how excited they are.
The Apollo 11 crew, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins,
but rather one that took place in the last decade. We all here and the people listening in today had the opportunity to share that adventure over its developing and unfolding in the past months and years. It's our privilege today to share with you some of the details of that final month of July, films and slides which most of you have already seen, and with the intent of pointing out some of the things that we observed on the spot which may not be obvious to those of you who are looking at them here from the surface of Earth. The flight, as you know, started promptly, and I think that was characteristic of all the events of the flight. The Saturn gave us one magnificent ride, both into Earth orbit.
My God. What'd they do? Sleep the whole time? My God, wake up, dudes. Brett S. became a Truthology for Ufology member of Goof On. Thank you, Brett S. Thank you, Brett S. I appreciate that. That's a big mucho gusto generoso. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Where now, Ben, with the $5, excuse me, my God, I can't even drink water anymore without puking. £5, £5. Ben, the Yorkshire Goofonian, says, took a couple of months out due to family and health issues. Oh, okay. Well, we hope we all do. We talk about you every single time we don't see you. Hope you're better. Oh, it's good to have you back. I was trying to come up with something clever, and I second guessed myself, and then that's what happens. You get the silence and uncomfortable me. Thanks, Ben. Mucho gusto, generosa. Hey, let's give Ben and Brett a little bit of a thank you. What do we got? Nothing here. What do we got? I'll do the fashion. Thank you guys for the super chat and memberships to Goof On. Guys. All over sarcasm. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. I don't know what that means. How unbelievably boring is this press conference? You thought I was going to save the show. I know. I know.
Found that we had a rather long tunnel between the two vehicles, and that a standard loping technique of
Due to the changing center of gravity, wasn't planned. It evolved during.
What do you consider the most important piece of advice and recommendation that you will give the Apollo 12 crew before they take off for the moon in November, gentlemen?
Do not poop in your astronaut outfit. Never poop in space. In space, nobody will smell your poop.
Stupid. Here's a video I want to play. I knew I was forgetting something. All right. So, in the beginning of the show, we were looking at the Slattery, Maxwell Smart. Who was that guy? And then we started talking about why these videos suck ass. And then I was starting to play some videos here and there that were from Jeremy Corbell and other people. And then this right here. Videos, UFOs filmed over Germany using night vision. Now, yeah, it's 2013, but that's okay. This is not, well, watch. 3 green mysterious shapes were filmed over Wittenberg, Germany using full zoom and night vision. The UFO sees 2 triangular shapes and a third circle. The triangles appear to rotate and seem to repel when they first approached each other. Ben Hansen said the video has signs of night vision fakery. It looks like they added a night vision video effect with a green tint and even some grainy noise. The sparkling pixels, which are common when night vision is shot in near complete darkness. He added that the triangular shapes are too defined, although the latest night vision technology is very good when we film in near total darkness. The most intensely lit objects give off a slight halo or blooming effect, which we do not have on this video. Watch. This is fake, by the way. Can you see it? Oh, you can't. How's that? Is that better? Your mother's got 19 eggs. Like, StreamYard, I love it and I really hate it. I love it and I hate it. When I first saw this video, instantly said it was a fake. Instantly, you could tell. How? Don't worry about it. But that's the video. That's a fake. Again, this is why I don't trust any of these videos that are in night vision anymore. I don't, I can't, I won't, and neither should you. So if anybody comes to you, well, nobody's going to come to you with videos like this unless it's the government. That's Lou and fake government, which is Jeremy Corbell, who goes through George Knappenberger to get all this stuff that he creates. He creates it all. The story, right? Corbell? No, he doesn't. He's not that smart. He's not. Sorry. Here's a famous video that is not UFOs that was deemed credible back in the day.
Again,
remember this?
Extremely high in altitude and moving incredibly fast.
Remember that? These videos got popular.
Night vision scope. Now, these are becoming quite popular in the field of UFOs because it would seem that some, and I repeat, some UFOs seem to be in the infrared, that we cannot and do not see them by the naked.
All right, I'm going to say absolute bullshit. Bullshit. UFOs are there at night, and you can see them with your eyes. If it was daytime, but of course you need night vision. They're not cloaking. UFOs aren't cloaking. Nobody has ever proven that UFOs are cloaking. I've never captured one that was cloaking, ever. And nobody's got more time in the sky like me. No, I'm telling you, it's true. Just point out a fact. They're not cloaking. And I had night vision cameras. It was included with my camera. I turned it on. I never turned it on and saw a fleet of UFOs and then turned it off and they weren't there. It was just too dark to see them. They were too far away. So if you have something that's night vision, oh, well, yeah, it uses all the light it can and makes them visible so you can see them. But they're not cloaking. I don't care what anybody says. UFOs are not cloaking. And anything that's powering up is not a UFO either. I'm saying it because you have to go with the logic of it. There's no evidence to prove otherwise. And everything I've captured on camera proves that nothing disappears, there's no cloaking, at least that I've seen. Maybe I haven't seen it. Maybe it really does happen. But the video evidence is 0 to nil. And anything that's out there has been faked. I know, now somebody's going to say, well, how about the guy who had the night vision on here, and then he had his regular camera here, and then he had the FLIR camera, and they were all pointing at the sky at the same time. It didn't show up on the regular camera, but it showed up on the FLIR and the night vision camera. Duh. Of course it would. It's hard for a regular camera to see through darkness. Anyway, it's true. It's my story. Anything that looks like this from the government is not a UFO. Anything that comes like this from Jeremy or anybody else, it's not a UFO. I'm telling you. I promise you. I just want you to learn the truth. And I don't know everything. I just live in a reality that I can touch. My 5 senses work in this reality. And when it comes to figuring stuff out, you can't just pop into this field and say, oh yeah, that's CGI. Oh yeah, I know this. Oh yeah, I know what that is. It takes years to get used to seeing stuff. And then it takes years to change your belief if something changed it. It's really a very difficult field for all of us to be in. And I'm not saying I'm right about everything, because I know I'm not. I'm just best guessing, just like you. It's just I'm more right than you are, that's all. Not everybody, I'm saying. There's some people who are more right than me. I'm just talking about the people who don't want to believe reality, who want to live in fantasy land. You can't be living in fantasy land forever, because you know why? There's no gold at the bottom of that rainbow. Just stop looking and it'll happen. That's my advice. Where's the UFO report? At this point, I don't know. I don't know if they're even going to drop a UFO report. They may not. But rumor is it's going to happen this week. But if it doesn't happen this week, then what? Anyway, final thought on today's show. Hey, do your own research. When it comes down to it, it's all about your personal experiences, right? I can't tell you you're not seeing this. You can't tell me I'm not experiencing that. And definitely, there's a lot of controversy in this, and a lot of people lie and people make up stuff. But the reality of it is, when you have the evidence that backs up the reality of a video not being a UFO or a pyramid, you have to go with the evidence. And the evidence is that is Bokeh. And these videos, they're FLIR videos. I always say we need to watch out for those. We don't get any details on these or these. All we do is get the image of the heat source or the light source. And sometimes that's okay. But we can't dismiss everything at first glance. You can't point at something and say, I know for a fact. I've done it. and it was wrong, but sometimes you do know for a fact if the video evidence is staring at you with a string hanging down from an object that looks like a balloon, the most obvious answer is that's a balloon, that's a string. It's not a lizard person. It's not the lizard person's tail that abducts small animals for food and children, as Jeff Woolwine said 10 years ago. If it looks like a duck, it acts like a duck, it's not a UFO. Use your critical thinking skills when looking at this stuff. Realize what you're looking at and tell yourself, what can I see and what makes sense? Do your own research. Don't rely on what I'm saying. Do your own research. I can't stress that enough. So thank you, moderators. Thank you, super chatters. What a great night. Thank you. Without you guys, we don't go every day. And I desperately need your help always and forever. No, that won't be like that forever. But I do thank you guys for your generosity, and the new people and the veterans. Thank you too for even giving the show a chance. I always said my show will be the same whether I do it in my closet by myself or there's a million people watching. This is Truthology for ufology. As best as we... I don't know, but it is. Truthology for ufology, as I was saying. Gush. And I want to thank everybody till tomorrow night. We'll be back, and keep an eye out for tomorrow. Goof on Lives. Most likely we'll be doing a political show and trying to get that channel back on track. And with that being said, Alien Blast!
Unidentified flying object.